Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to this decision session for the Executive Leader of Policy, Strategy and Partnerships. I'm Councillor Claire Douglas and I am the Executive Leader, and it's Wednesday the 17th of July at 10 a.m. So diving into the agenda, apologies, obviously we don't have any. Declarations of interest, I don't have any. Oh, perhaps I should just say that I am a lead member on the York and North Yorkshire Combined Authority, but this is a non-prejudicial interest and doesn't affect decision making today. Item number 2 is the minutes, and amazingly these minutes are from the 9th of March 2022, which was the last time that there was a decision session for the Executive Leader. And the minutes outline a decision to move forward with the bid to host the GBR, Great British Railways headquarters in York, and that was confirmed and carried out. So I will sign those minutes as a fair reflection of that decision at that point in time. Item number 3 is public participation. We have no registered speakers. So we can move through that item as well. And then we move on to the bulk of the agenda. The items are in agenda items number 4 and 5. Item number 4 first is the Corporate Improvement Action Plan. And so we have Sam Blythe and Claire Fold here to speak to that. So please go ahead if you introduce that for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. So it's Claire Fold, Assistant Director of Policy and Strategy. I'm here today to invite you to consider and approve the Corporate Improvement Action Plan. The Corporate Improvement Action Plan follows and is informed by the Local Government Association Peer Challenge, which took place in February 2024. In May 24, Executive were invited to accept the peer challenge recommendations, of which there were 15. The 15th was to develop a detailed action plan. Alongside the peer challenge report and recommendations that were accepted by Executive in May, we also prepared a corporate improvement framework which would guide and inform how we would set out developing a series of actions in consultation with the workforce, with officers that were directly involved in the peer challenge itself, with partners and with trade unions, and with scrutiny. And we met scrutiny last week, and they made several recommendations that led to improvements in the actual action plan itself, which you see before you in Annex A. They also recommended at scrutiny that, as well as providing the action plan itself and the corporate improvement plan framework, that I provide the recommendations from the LGA peer challenge, so you can see the clear line of sight between the recommendation, the corporate improvement framework, and then the subsequent actions. The action plan itself is live. It was in plan anyway. We were going to do it as a result of the council plan, how the council operates, strategic theme, and it incorporates not just feedback from officers, trade unions, partners and scrutiny, but also feedback from staff surveys, and it will continue to evolve over the next few years as we continue to use it as really the place to hold actions for our journey of continuous improvement. It's presented for you here today to give you an opportunity to consider it, and of course we'd encourage you to adopt it, and then we'll refresh it every year. Just to give you some governance that's happening around it, so we will continue to report on its progress through an internal board called the Corporate Improvement Board. It will come back to Executive at scrutiny's recommendation towards the end of 2024, around about November time, to provide an update on progress. It will be used as part of our progress report with the LGA, who are coming back to report on progress against their recommendations in December, and then we'll report to Executive again in May, which is a whole year since the Corporate Improvement Framework was adopted. Thank you.
Great, thank you, and thanks for that, Claire. Yeah, and I'd just like to say that I think this has been a very constructive process, and also I think from everybody's perspective, much needed and welcomed, and gives a clear route forward to improvement for delivery of our services for the people of York. And however difficult some of the reading has been at times, very well received by our partners, staff, members, and the public as well. And it really should be business as normal from now on. And I'm really glad to see that we've made that progress since I took leadership of the council in May of 2023. That we're now in a much stronger place and more transparent place as far as our continuous improvement goes for the council. So I'd like to thank everybody for their input into that, because it has been a long and detailed technical process, but I think the outputs are really beneficial to everybody, and I hope that we start to see benefits very soon. In fact, in some areas we're already seeing those benefits. So I'm very pleased with the report, and the options that I have been given are that I approve the Corporate Improvement Action Plan as it stands, or that I don't, basically, and commission the Council's Chief Operating Officer to revise or strengthen aspects of the Corporate Improvement Action Plan. And my view is that the best approach is to approve what we've got in front of us here now. There's been an awful lot of co-production within it, and it reflects what needs to be done at this point in time. But as Claire Fole rightly pointed out, that doesn't mean that this is a static document, and it will be reviewed over time, and any further actions can be added to it. And the LGA will be coming back in December to tell us what they think about our progress against the recommendations, and there will be, I'm sure, a review at that point. So I am going to follow the recommendation on page 7, which says that the leader is invited to approve the City of York Council's Corporate Improvement Action Plan that's informed by the LGA Peer Challenge and the Council Plan 23 to 27, One City for All. And we can then get on and deliver on it. So I'm very happy to do that. So that's approved. Thank you, everybody. Right, the next item on our agenda is agenda item number 5. And that is a York pipeline of projects for the York and North Yorkshire Combined Authority. And the report followed slightly later than the publication of the main agenda. So that sits within the agenda supplement that everybody should be able to see either online, online for those that are listening now. So Sam Blythe, I believe, is going to introduce this to us.
Sure.
And then we'll go from there. Great, thank you.
Thank you. So it's Sam Blythe, Strategy Manager in the Corporate Policy team at City of York Council. So the report for you relates to the development of a pipeline of projects to take forward with the York and North Yorkshire Combined Authority. The projects identified in the report were mapped against York's longer-term strategic ambitions, actions within our council plan, and the emerging Combined Authority economic framework. The pipeline was reviewed by all of the council scrutiny committees over the last month, starting and finishing with the Corporate Services Committee last week. Those suggestions from the scrutiny committee were fed back into the pipeline, and that's reflected in Annex B. And to note that broadly there was content with the suggestions in the pipeline from all of the scrutiny committees. Officers have subsequently reviewed the suggestions from the scrutiny committees, and the recommendations are also contained in Annex B of the report. Just to note that the initial pipeline reflected the Combined Authority's initial economic framework. Officers have now looked at the emerging economic framework, which is being put forward to the Combined Authority next week, which is a reflection of the mayoral ambitions. So we have taken the opportunity to review the pipeline against the new ambitions, and our suggestions for pipeline activity are still the same as they were previously. A further point to note is that the pipeline is not static, so it should be able to flex depending on opportunities that emerge, both in the context of mayoral and combined authority funding, but also within the context of the new government that has just taken office following the general election. So I'm happy to take questions and discussion on the report.
Thank you.
Can I
Yes,
quickly add,
please go ahead.
Can we just thank scrutiny members for their diligence in reviewing the pipeline? All scrutiny members were really constructive and really supportive, and thank you to the chair for allowing us to slightly delay publication to allow us the time to include oral scrutiny recommendations. So we're grateful to the chair and we're grateful to scrutiny committee members as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Claire. Yeah, and I think it's really important to say that this pipeline of projects has been co-produced by a range of people along the way, and it's been really important to have the input of members from across the chamber of all parties, cross-party input into what we put forward to the North Yorkshire Combined Authority. This is a fantastic opportunity for York and North Yorkshire, with the mayor now elected, and we are very fortunate that the mayor's priorities do align with ours in York significantly, and the pipeline of projects that we have in front of us here to consider today reflects that too, and also shows the huge range of projects that we can benefit from the York and North Yorkshire Combined Authority, but also our ambition for the city as far as developing and delivering on the items of importance for the people of York. And it's a huge importance to me that we do that and we do it at pace. So I really want to thank officers and members of their input into this, and we've done a great deal of work very quickly and we're in a great position. So thank you for that. So on page 3, the recommendation there is that the leader is asked to confirm that the pipeline of projects reflects the priorities for York, tasking officers to work with the York and North Yorkshire Combined Authority to implement, and I want to approve that. And just to add a bit of clarity around the recommendation, that this list of the pipeline of projects are very strong ideas for what we can do, and then we will need to make an assessment and judgment as time goes on as to which are the most appropriate to present to the Combined Authority at whichever point, and work up the business cases so that it dovetails with the priorities of the Combined Authority over time. So I want to approve that recommendation, and I confirm that the pipeline is in line with priorities for York, and that we get on and start moving those further forward. And I have to say that I'm really looking forward to the Combined Authority getting truly going. A lot of progress has already been made since the mayor was elected in May, but there's an awful lot of work and opportunity ahead of us, and I feel we're in a really good position for York, and now is the time to seize the opportunity. So thanks everybody, and right, that's that item completed. And just on our agenda, going back to the agenda then, the agenda item number 6 is urgent business, and I've not been given any urgent business for this meeting, so there is nothing under item 6, and that therefore brings this meeting to a close. And I'd like to thank everybody for listening today, and look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.